Gaming Bolt presents 10 details you probably don't know about Red Dead Redemption 2. After years of anticipation, Red Dead Redemption 2 is finally a thing. The new game will be a sequel to the 2010 hit open-world western action-adventure game, and currently has a release window of spring 2018. However, Rockstar has been quite sketchy with details, so we decided to list out 10 details you probably don't know. A story with incredible emotional depth. Ever since Red Dead Redemption 2 was officially announced, the gamers that loved the original have been getting quite excited about what they're going to see in the sequel. Take-Two boss recently discussed this new game and talked about the fact that he and his team are making sure that the game has incredible emotional depth. Speaking at the MKM Partners event, according to GameSpot, Strauss Zelnick also talked about the expectations of a Western game and how many people didn't think the original Red Dead Redemption would work. We took a different point of view, which is that very occasionally Westerns capture the imagination of the public. When we launched Red Dead, it did, and those times were right for that, and I think the times are right for a big, sprawling, optimistic view of America again, and that's not meant to be cute. You can expect there to be great story elements and great gameplay elements. The gamble paid off big time for Take-Two, and Rockstar in the sequel looks to be paying off as well. A truly living open world. Rockstar Games boss Sam Houser has issued a statement about the game's vision and how they plan to represent a truly living world. With Red Dead Redemption 2, the team is working hard to push forward our vision for interactive entertainment in a truly living world. Said Sam Houser, founder of Rockstar Games, in a press release, "We hope to deliver players an epic experience that builds upon everything we've learned making games." Given the scale and vision of Grand Theft Auto 5, we're pretty excited to see where Rockstar takes Red Dead next. Rideable canoes and dual wielding. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a very short reveal trailer, but if you paid attention to more than just how pretty it looked, you would have noticed that it seemingly hinted at quite a few details about the gameplay. That's exactly what we did for you, however. We've noticed some details that seem to hint at an altogether unprecedented level of interactivity with the game world. For instance, canoes were noticed in the trailer, instantly prompting speculation that they may be rideable in the game. If so, then that will definitely be something that's appreciated. Equally awesome, however, if not more so, it looks like dual wielding has been confirmed. Just take a look at one of the characters on the right in the first screenshot. Possibly in development since 2014. We know Rockstar tend to spend inordinately long on their games. That's one of the reasons that more than a half-decade separates major releases in all of their franchises. For instance, when Red Dead Redemption 2 finally launches next year, 8 years will have separated it from the launch of Red Dead Redemption in 2010. Now, we could definitely say that by that point, the game will have been in active development for at least 3 years. Reddit posted the image of Joe Cavers, a prominent sound designer in the gaming industry who has posted his portfolio online, and apparently, he's been working on Red Dead Redemption 2 since at least 2014, which means we can safely say the game has been in development that long. The sound designer seems to have since removed this specific text from his website. Possible PC version. When Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced last year, it was only for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. No PC or Nintendo Switch version in sight. The lack of a PC version, however, is a bit surprising. While it is true that the original Red Dead Redemption also never came to PC, other Rockstar games, including GTA 5, did. And given the success that the PC version of GTA Online found, and the emphasis on online for Red Dead Redemption 2, it's even more baffling that the game wasn't announced for PC now. This was a question we posed to Michael Pachter, analyst at Wedbush Securities, and he reckons that a PC version of the game will come. It will just come later, in typical Rockstar fashion. The keywords here are right now, he said. I remember the announcement for GTA 5 was Xbox 360 and PS3 only when it was first announced in November 2011, I think. And then they waited until June of 2014, so literally 2.5 years after the first announcement, and announced that it would be on Xbox One and PS4. And then, I forget the month, but I think it was several months later, they announced it for PC, which came out in 2015. So they have a history of bleeding out information about their games, and credit to them, it works. It keeps fans interested in their games. He's not necessarily wrong there. Rockstar do have a history of staggering game releases across multiple platforms over multiple months and years, the better to maximize profits and mindshare. Switch version is unlikely. Unlike with PC players, however, Wedbush Securities analyst Michael Pachter does not seem to think that Nintendo players will ever get the game. Speaking in an exclusive interview with Gaming Bolt, Pachter said that the chances of a Switch port for the game are exceedingly poor. I would say the chances of that are exceedingly poor, he said. I can't remember any game other than there was a GTA made for the DS which came out in 2009. I'd be really surprised if they wasted their effort to port anything for Nintendo. I just think that Nintendo has wandered too far away from the mainstream for most publishers, so you're just not getting mainstream games produced for Nintendo consoles, not ones made for other consoles at any rate. Which, while likely to be true, is also a bit of a shame. The prospect of playing a game like Red Dead on the go without compromises is almost too good to be true, but with that said, it's unclear whether Nintendo has the audience or even the kind of hardware necessary for making a game like Red Dead work as of right now. Possible microtransactions. Take-Two Interactive boss Strauss Zelnick recently spoke of microtransactions in video games, and he was surprisingly honest while sharing his thoughts on the same. He said that while there is no logical and sensible business model in simply giving away free content all the time, Take-Two and its subsidiary companies are also aware that overcharging, both in terms of price and in terms of quantity, when it comes to microtransactions is a very real issue. While doing so, he spoke of the GTA Online microtransactions model specifically, and how it does feature microtransactions, but they're not imposed as a compulsion on all players, and the trade-off is that players get free DLC in exchange. Those comments, combined with the fact that Rockstar have a timed exclusivity deal with Sony for content for the upcoming Red Dead Redemption 2, indicate that the game is probably going to have a microtransactions model similar to what we've seen in GTA Online. And when you come to think about it, that's not such a bad thing. It makes sense that Take-Two and Rockstar are imposing microtransactions as part of a profitable business model. They've said so themselves, but what's notable is that they're finding a balance between doing so and providing fans with enough free content as well. The microtransactions in GTA Online aren't something that fans necessarily have to buy, and the game doesn't go overboard with imposing them on everything. What's more, in exchange of these microtransactions, players get access to free DLC and other similar content for a number of years. That's a very good trade-off, if we're being honest. A cool secret. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the most highly anticipated titles of the year for a great number of people. And now that a lot of the mega releases for the year have already come and gone, such as Horizon Zero Dawn, Mass Effect Andromeda, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the level of anticipation surrounding the launch of Rockstar's next big title are going through the roof. As such, people are hanging on to every last dredge of information released, or leaked by whatever source they can find. And since this is happening, people are obviously finding some interesting stuff too. Take this for instance. Red Dead Redemption fan page, Red Dead Network, recently took to Twitter to point out that one particular section of the trailer looks a great deal like a scene from the 2003 Western film Open Range. Interesting, isn't it? Xbox One X support. Microsoft have planned a very impressive lineup of games to showcase the 4K resolution capabilities on Xbox One X, and a number of both major first-party titles and third-party titles will be running in 4K resolution on the console. This information comes via Windows Central, through marketing materials that list the games Microsoft wants to use to showcase the Scorpio's 4K capabilities. The most notable one perhaps is Red Dead Redemption 2, along with other games such as State of Decay 2 and Crackdown 3. The prospect of playing Red Dead Redemption 2 more than most on glorious 4K is very, very appealing. Main voice actor possibly leaked. It seems like people have unearthed the man who will probably be the main voice actor, or at least one of the voice actors in Red Dead Redemption 2. Roger Clark, it seems, is the person for the job. Fans have been digging, and somehow they've managed to connect the dots. If you were to listen to some of Clark's work, you'd realize that he sounds a lot like the man who narrated the Red Dead Redemption 2 announcement trailer, which is also the only trailer we have for the game so far. And what's more, if you visit his YouTube page, you'll see that he actually liked a Red Dead Redemption 2 speculation video. All of this does seem like a bit of a stretch, but there's a very real chance that it could actually be true. So take this report with a grain of salt. That'll be it for this video. If you like what we're doing, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.